This is Maya's way of telling you, okay, if you can be a little relaxed, I am going to be double relaxed than you. So when you need something in time, tomorrow you may need money, tomorrow you may need doctors in time, tomorrow you may need injections in time, tomorrow you may need some, even an ambulance in time, I will make it 5 minutes late. Do you think that is okay? You will blame God for it? If the ambulance arrives 5 minutes late, somebody who is very dear to you may lose their life. This is never understood by people. They take everything for granted. They feel that, I can be late for 5 minutes. Don't worry, 5 minutes ambulance will be late. And then what happens to your life? Never challenge destiny. Never ever challenge destiny. Do your work in time. Do you think you are being taught something where you can control the mind? So stop giving BS reasons. Okay, so we had completed till verse 32 of chapter 6 of the Bhagavad Gita. Sri Krishna was telling Arjuna that how a yogi needs to be totally immersed in single-pointed devotion to Krishna. And all attachments, all passions, everything has to be dissolved. So the mind itself being dissolved, person can be one with the Divine Lord. Then what happens is, then he sees himself in the Lord, Sri Krishna. And then he sees in Sri Krishna the whole world around. The whole universe looks inside Sri Krishna. So when he sees everything inside Krishna, then he understands that everything is one only. Then there is no differentiation between my family, my children, my house, my this, that myness goes away. That I, me, myself goes away. And then you say that everything is the Divine Lord's creation, so you have an equal kind of feeling with everything around you. So this is where we had ended. So we will now continue from verse 33 onwards. These are questions raised by Arjuna. We are doing chapter 6, Bhagavad Gita, verse 33. Arjuna said, Krishna, owing to restlessness of the mind, I do not perceive the stability of this yoga in the form of equanimity which you have just spoken of. This is so common for everybody in this world. Krishna is giving great explanations about equanimity of mind, how a person is supposed to have equanimity of mind at all points in time. The mind should be decimated, all those things, But as a human being, do you not feel that how can I control this mind? This stability which everybody talks of, I am not able to have stability anywhere. Nothing. Something happens in my world, I get so disturbed around me. Just imagine, tomorrow somebody says something to you, just a stupid word. You are so stupid. That word itself can cause misery to us. On top of it all, your mind can go miles together and think about your own self as a miserable person. Or the ego may come and say, how can this person talk to me like this? This is egoistical. The person is not able to control any feelings. So Arjuna's questions are so valid. He says, the mind is constantly restless. It is never staying at one place. It all keeps on doing this, that. It just runs all over the place. Ten seconds. Okay? 10 seconds I gave you all. What did your mind speak? What happened? Why is he quiet? Did you get this point or no? Something is wrong, is it? What is he doing? You know, your mind just let itself loose. You can see for yourself, this is what happens to you. Just imagine just a silence can cause so much of misery to you. Your mind just was so restless. There is no rest over there. The curiosity, the way it ferrets about here, there, trying to search for why, where, how, what is this, what is that? Can you just be silent? Tell your mind, doesn't matter. I just want to be silent. It doesn't let you. It will just suddenly latch onto some subject which you have not even, the subject is not even in front of you. You have gone miles at stretch, like, oh my God, I'm going from here to there, to there, to there, to there. Just a name, a drop somewhere. It is so painful. The mind is always restless. It's always, what am I to do? What am I to do? It's going like this. You have seen yourself do this. Oh my goodness, I have to do this. I have to do this. Restlessness is a part of the mind. There is no stillness. There is no tranquility. And Arjuna's questions are valid because they are your questions. So now let us see what other questions Arjuna has. So for Krishna, that is verse 34 we are doing from chapter 6. For Krishna, the mind is very unsteady, turbulent, tenacious and powerful. And therefore I consider it difficult to control as the wind. It is very powerful. I will control the mind. Try controlling it. No, it is impossible to control. Why? It's so slippery, suddenly it will go away somewhere. The mind's restlessness, slipperiness, or whatever you call it, is like, it is very difficult. It's powerful, very powerful. It's got more power than you can ever imagine. The mind itself is a powerful thing. It overpowers you. It will make you do things which you were, did I do this? Oh, really? You only did this. But you will still wonder, did I do this? And you cannot even recognize. And how it plays around with you. It is tenacious, turbulent, powerful, unsteady. Unsteady is though we can't even say what we are going to be steady about. Suddenly, like you may be, say, watching something on television and you see somebody is doing something. Suddenly your mind has gone, oh, this is what happened to me. You are already associated. This is what happening to me. How is it? Just watch the movie, stupid. Watch the movie. No. This is what is happening to me. I always tell this. And we are always like that. There is no peace there. We are so unsteady. The mind is so turbulent. I want you to think. Now you are going to sit in that, it goes up and down. What do you call that? Just imagine. Okay, you have gone to Disneyland or something like that and you are going to sit in that ride of theirs. Before the ride has started, you have started feeling queasy. You have already started, and by the time the ride, slowly it is going up. I don't know whether you have noticed, in those rides, the first draw is always very slow. It goes uphill like this, like this, like this, like this, and suddenly it drops like that. And your stomach, your body, it's like that. It is so strange, like you have already experienced it. And yet, you might have gone 10 times in the ride, but still the experience never goes away because this is how it is. You are clinging to your mind. Some of the most beautiful things in the world, the people, those who are in the Air Force, Army, Navy, are taught these things. They are in, all those G-force they call it. They are flying at a very high speed and suddenly that big plane of theirs goes like that. It is going at fantastic speed and the G-force is so strong, if they cannot control it, finished. That equipment worth billions of dollars is going thumb. They also will go. So how much of control do they have to have? The mind has to be controlled. And imagine, just before they are going up in the air, their wife must have called. And she must have told this person, your child is very sick or something like that. Finished. The guy will have no control up there. So that is one of the reasons why everything is monitored so precisely. All these Americans go for wars in Iraq and Afghanistan and I don't know where all they go. They cannot connect with their family for quite some time because they are there in the battlefield. They cannot let their mind wander. The mind has to be focused on the enemy, one-pointedness. So the tenacious mind which they have has to be controlled. So anything happening out of the way can be very dangerous. There should be no distractions there. If there are distractions, it is going to cause misery. It's going to cause a loss. You can lose a war just because your mind talks. Why are women not allowed in the army on the fronts? Ask yourself this question. I'm not deriding them. Everybody has their uses. Everybody has been given some kind of a feature or a use. A mother is going to war. I want you to think. A mother is going to war. Her child is sick over there. Do you really think she will have concentration? Or in the morning she has had one very big fight with her husband on a stupid issue. Like the cereals were over. The child was asking for some Fruit Loops or something. I say, I'm just talking in the air. Don't mind me if I don't know much about this subject. He's asking for something and the father says, we'll get it next week. No, but why? And that stupid issue causes a friction. Now imagine her going out over there in the battlefield and then thinking about Fruit Loops. The child not getting it. How much of mind is in that mess? Now do you understand when people are told that, are you married? Do you have children? These questions are asked. People really wonder why are they asking these questions. Because the problem is when you have too many distractions in your world, too many distractions, your mind is all going haywire. Here, there, all over the place. It's not going to work. So these distractions are there. And you can imagine how powerful the mind is. It's going to be totally going for a toss. I was reading about one heroine yesterday. She has got into an nth marriage. Many marriages she has had. I think Britney Spears or somebody like that. I don't remember. Now she is going for a divorce. After 14 months with one guy, now she is going for a divorce. This person has gone through life like nobody's business. Think about it. Here we have a person who has had one bad marriage, one bad father, one bad life of hers. She wants to get into another marriage. That marriage sours. Then she wants to get into another one. That marriage goes for a toss. Then she wants to get into another one. Person doesn't understand. Everybody thinks my next one will be better. Your mind is not going to allow you to think like that. It's always going to, it's never going to tell you the true story. It's going to say, don't worry, everything will be fine for you. You will be able to control the situation next time. You got experience now, So you have experience with your father, your husband and all that. So the second time, the third time or the fourth time your experiences are going to be, you will be controlled. Well, one thing everybody has to understand. If you have made a mistake for the first time, you're going to make it second time, then you're going to make it third time, then you're going to make it fourth time. And you are prone to making those mistakes forever. Because you have no control over your mind. I've had people who tell me every time, oh, this guy is so nice. That girl is so nice. What are you talking about? This person whom I'm getting married to, he's a divorcee for the first time, and he's so nice guy, I also would like to get married to him because he talks so nicely. He has got one child. I also have got one child. Blah blah blah. You don't know your nature? What are you talking about? You are a miserable person. You go from one misery to another, to another, to another, to another. You love getting into miserable situations. In India, especially in the olden times, at least before 2000, I can say this much. They would rather have one misery in their life than n number of miseries in their life. So in India, people are married once. They live with the misery for 50 years and 60 years. The spouse is as bad as it comes. Because both of them are bad. Because both of them, see, by itself they are not bad. They are human beings, number one. Please understand. Everybody is a human being. And everybody is driven by this great friend of theirs called the mind. Their friend is constantly there. When they sleep with the same friend, not with their husbands. The person they sleep with every day is called the mind. They wake up with the same person called the mind. Throughout the day, this person is sitting on top of their head. How miserable is that? To have one husband 24/7 around you is misery. Even 6 hours of your life is misery. The spouse being in front of you is as miserable as it can be. Why? Not because that person is bad. See, understand, let me tell you. Not because that person is bad, because mind is like that. Mind you have never controlled. He also never controls. You also never control. I'm talking about the woman. But you see, if you are a man, your mind is as bad as the woman's mind. Your mind is never controlled. That woman's mind is never controlled. And you keep on talking and blaming each other. She did this, he did this. She did this, he did this. Never blaming that there is somebody in the middle of both of you. M-I-N-D. That is why it is very tenacious. That is why it is unsteady. That is why it is turbulent. Nobody can overcome. So, Arjuna is asking a very relevant question. He says, the mind is very unsteady. He knows this. He knows this. You know this. You are that Arjuna. You think you don't know this? You know it from the time you were born. I got a dirty mind. I got a mind which is always going here, there. Never been able to control till today. Arjuna is saying the same thing. He says, my mind is unsteady, turbulent, tenacious, powerful. Therefore, I consider it as difficult to control as the wind. Now let us see what Sri Krishna says. We are doing Bhagavad Gita chapter 6 verse 35. Sri Bhagavan said, the mind is restless no doubt and difficult to curb, Arjuna, but it can be brought under control by repeated practice and by the exercise of dispassion, O son of Kunti. I deliberately left the two words in the middle. Okay? Of meditation. You will come to know. So the Krishna is acknowledging, yes, of course. Did I ever say mind is controllable? No, you know that, I know that. I am God Almighty. I know mind can never be controlled. See, you have to understand. Why is not this mind cannot be controlled? Today morning, Rajma asked me this question. She said that Parvati is told by her husband, Shiva, don't give these vardhans and stuff like that to people who cannot do anything. And unfortunately, she gives a free wish, like, yeah, you can do this, to one demon. And then the whole world goes topsy-turvy. Now you may ask, why is a Devi like that putting the whole world in jeopardy? This is the question which anybody will want to know. What is the answer to this? When I started this satsang, I made it very clear. What are you talking about? What Devi, what Devta? These are your stories. Your stories. Don't think that there is Parvati there is Lakshmi there is this one there is that. These stories have been written in deep code. These are your stories. Body has got so many powers, potencies, hundreds of potencies. And these potencies you misuse every now and then. The potencies which everybody has are so misused that they do not even care. They have forgotten that this is getting misused. Why? Because of your great Indradev friend. He tells you, don't worry, this time we will not misuse. This time I am there with you, don't worry. I am the great mind of yours. I will stop you when you are misusing, okay? Does it stop? Never. People, I'll give you one example in this. I have seen a lot of people who are diabetic. Those who are diabetic, those who are having blood pressure, diabetes, all these kind of diseases they have. They are so religiously taking medicine. And I'm talking about people who take medication all the time. I have to take this, I have to take this, I have to take this. I am very regular in my medication. When these people are given a free hand, they will sneak food and eat it when they are not supposed to eat. Body has to be controlled. The same person who has this diabetes is told, don't eat this, take this medicine. But what he has forgotten, what she has forgotten, if they are supposed to eat this much, they have eaten so much. They never count all that they have eaten. You see, I don't eat idli. I take only two idli. You have diabetes, you take 2 idli. Good. It's very controlled, very good. I am very happy you are controlled. All the Indians will understand this. But I take 3 servings of sambar, 2 servings extra of chutney. My diabetes has to be controlled. It is not idli which is harmful. It is the sambar and the chutney which you are taking is destroying your happiness. And throughout the day, they will be munching something or the other. No. My sugar has gone down. I'm sure you have heard these words in your life. My sugar has gone down, I need to eat something little bit. I will eat one chocolate. I will eat this sweet. I will eat this. So what they do is they keep chocolates and the sweets in a separate jar, and in less than 1 month, the jar is over. Why? I get low sugar, I have to eat. Why did you get low sugar? I have not done anything since morning, I have had only my breakfast. I can say instead of 2 idlis, I ate 3 this time. But that should not have disturbed my sugar. But in the afternoon, my sugar became very low. Already you have exceeded the dose. Already you have made a mess of your life. And on top of it, you are giving some great this thing that my diabetes is never under control. Look at how you live your life. So for doctors, it's a very easy thing to say, because human beings love to tell lies in front of the doctor. They will say to the doctor, I control myself. I take jamun juice, I take karela juice, I take this juice, I take that juice. I am very controlled and I take my medicine in time. Sorry sir, did you tell him how much of snacks you are sneaking in? Farsan, farsan is the savory. They will keep farsan, different types of farsans. Matris, these, that, so many, And they will take one, eat it. Take farsan, little, eat it. Take this, eat it. That, eat it. This you didn't tell the doctor that you are so used to telling lies to your own self. This is how mind does. It's a liar par excellence. They will do it and they will forget in front of the doctor. And then the doctor has to change the dosage. We'll increase it, we'll decrease it, we'll do this, we'll do that. This is so common. I have been seeing it from my childhood. So I'm telling you what happens. So that is why Krishna says, the mind is restless, no doubt. It is restless and difficult to curb. Nobody can curb it. but it can be brought under control by repeated practice. It is a practice which you have to do. Stop yourself from doing that wrong. Stop yourself just in time. No. No means no. No means no. Stop yourself. You already messed up your life. Why do you want to mess it up further? This mind has to be controlled, which means you cannot make concessions to yourself. Tomorrow I will get up. Today I just want to sleep, because I was tired yesterday. Saturday, Sunday, mind is talking. And the next day you will say, I am tired, I just want to have a 5-minute sleep. 5-minute sleep. 5 minutes becomes 2 hours. Do you know why people don't join in time? Mind. They will blame the whole world around them why they are late. Nobody wants to join in time. Because they can easily say, oh, I got up in time. I got up in time. Then why are you not there in time? You can give as many reasons as you want. I had to attend this thing early in the morning. But that was yesterday. Today when I asked you, there was nothing to attend, no? No. All that was cancelled. Then why are you not on time? You say you have to be on time, and why are you not on time? Because mind is never controlled. This is what Krishna is saying. Repeated practice, you cannot give reasoning. One day you give reasoning, you are finished. There is one person who was doing all my work in last so many years. Today when I told him, you have to send out invites, he palmed it off to one person. Then it was palmed off to another person. This person has totally dropped off now. Every week there is a new reasoning. Last week it was 10 days I was sick. After that 2 days the fire burnt the internet connection. Today what is the problem? Do you understand how the mind can give you fantastic reasoning? I have so much work to do. I don't know what I am going to do, when I am going to do, how I am going to do. Don't worry, when you die also I will do the same thing. Sri Krishna says. Do you remember few months back, or maybe a year back, to find one spot to burn your dead was very difficult? The cremation, where the cremation happens, there was a queue of 35-40 people. A body was out there in the sun. Whoever that idiot is, that body was out there in the sun, rotting away to glory. The repercussions are never understood. You say you are going to be late and you are late, suppose. Don't worry. When the right time comes, Maya is going to make everything late for you. Sri Krishna doesn't do anything. Maya is watching you. This is not something which I am talking. This is something which is known. Maya will always delay everything for you because you do not consider timing is important. This is Maya's way of telling you, okay, if you can be a little relaxed, I am going to be double relaxed than you. So when you need something in time, no, tomorrow you may need money, tomorrow you may need doctors in time, tomorrow you may need injections in time, tomorrow you may need some, even an ambulance in time. I will make it 5 minutes late. Do you think that is okay? You will blame God for it? If the ambulance arrives 5 minutes late, somebody who is very dear to you may lose their life. This is never understood by people. They take everything for granted. They feel that, I can be late for 5 minutes. Don't worry, 5 minutes ambulance will be late. And then what happens to your life? Never challenge destiny. Never ever challenge destiny. Do your work in time. Do you think you are being taught something where you can control the mind? So stop giving BS reasons. Stop giving reasons. This person did this, that person did that. Because of this person I couldn't come, because there was traffic, because this happened. I am not interested in listening to that. When somebody comes to me late, no, I am saying, okay, I'm very happy you are here. It's so nice to see you that you have come. It is sarcasm. This gets back to you because everything bites. The destiny is so powerfully you cannot even do anything about it when your time comes. Because remember one thing, it is very essential to say, have you noticed that I have to be there in time? I will always make it in time. Because if I am in time, you will be in time. I had only 3 people joining in or 4 people joining in the morning just now. Why? They have very important things to do in their life. Mind, this subject matter which we are talking about, don't consider it something below, you can just poo-poo it. Reasoning has to be, I have to practice it. But it can be brought under control by repeated practice or meditation. What is meditation? You meditate on a subject. I will be in time. You will be in time. By the exercise of dispassion, become dispassionate about it. And then you will be able to attain your objective of controlling the mind. If passions are in the way, you can never control it. You see, passions are what? Something that you feel very much about. The body is capable of anything. The mind is capable of anything. Control it. Control the whole mechanism of your body and your mind. You will be great. But if your body is controlling you, and if your mind is controlling you, you will never be able to do anything in this world. Then you are like any other ordinary person. Please understand this. This we have to take into account. Mind is difficult to control, but you can control it. Stop giving reasons. Not a single day you should give reasons. And it can happen when you practice it. Keep on practicing. Don't fall down. Don't fall down. Don't fall down. Alright? So we have come to the end of verse 35. So we will stop over here.